Hey everyone, it's Bighodge here. Welcome to the channel. I'm talking iPhone 13 Pro Max, alright? And I'm not talking cinematic mode. In detail, it shoots ProRes resolution, meaning that it gives you better detail, better dynamic range. I'm talking about full manual 24p 4K ProRes. Let's get into it. And I went down to Little Island, Manhattan, down by Chelsea Piers. Fucking mask in hand, ready to go. Here at NYC's Little Island, this $260,000, I take that back, $260 million investment. I'm out here testing the dynamic range of my iPhone Pro Max. Right now I have it on the gimbal as I'm recording also for the vlog. It's beautiful here. I believe I'm shooting in ProRes. Test the dynamic range on that on the ultra wide lens. It's a beautiful thing, man. We've seen the commercials. Let's see what it's like in action. So as you see, I'm trying to get extensive footage, staying masked up. Just getting tremendous amount of B-roll, and I can't say that I'm truly impressed with the ProRes resolution on the iPhone. I'm truly impressed. I'm not going to say that it's going to replace all my Sonys and my Blackmagics. And I was capturing some cinematic footage. It was coming out great. When I threw it into my laptop, to my MacBook Air, I was just like, whoa, like really blown away at the aspect of the dynamic range, you know, the meshing between the shadows and the highlight roll off. All I could say was I was blown away. I was blown away. But the thing was, I felt like it was kind of too sharp. We're talking about your contrast, we're talking about your shadows, all blending into a mishmash of a beautiful image that is the codec of ProRes. So before we become more in detail about this iPhone 13 shindig, let's go ahead and like and subscribe, turn your notifications on to the Bighodgemedianyc YouTube channel. I'm trying to get high on the YouTube algorithm, so that way when you search, you see this face all in your area. All in your area. Also, a caveat seems to be the file sizes. The file sizes was huge. I mean, I'm talking about ProRes. I get it, but it's only a 1-inch sensor. I didn't think that there was no compression rate. It was like really high bit. I did about a minute of footage on the gimbal, and it rendered out at about 6 to 8 gigs. And I was like, whoa. You know, lucky that I have the MacBook with the M1 chip that's blazing fast. It was able to go. It was able to go, no problems, but the file sizes was kind of something that threw me off. Also, with my iPhone 13 Pro Max, I was only able to get the 256 gig. I traveled throughout all 5 boroughs, and in store I couldn't purchase because, you know, COVID has its restrictions and new policies that I couldn't shop in store, which was a bummer. They were saying I would have the special order in order to get the 512, the 1 terabyte, or the 2 terabyte. I feel like it's needed. It's needed when shooting on this processing power of ProRes on this 1-inch sensor. I didn't think that the file sizes would be that big. I could only see myself shooting a mere maybe 10 to 15 videos before I have to clear out the phone for storage space. I feel that 2 terabytes could be suffice if this is your main camera. If you're vlogging, or you're doing experimental shoots, or you're doing micro shooting. Yeah, 2 terabytes should be suffice. Files are huge, man. Will the iPhone 13 Pro Max replace any cameras in my arsenal? I doubt it. It's good for social media content for me. I can even shoot in the regular codec, the H.264 codec, and still be able to get a clean image. But for me to be pressed about ProRes. If I'm in a pinch, I might use it. See, I have an old GoPro here, but it's also attached to a phone clip, which I could go ahead and put on. This is what I used to throw on my gimbals. I could use it on my RS2 or my Weeble S, and I'm able to get some footage. That's if I'm packing light. If I want to pack light and throw it on a gimbal, on a phone mount, I could do so. I don't feel that it's going to replace any of my cinematic workflow or any of my expensive cameras in my arsenal. Right now, I'm possibly in the process of going AB cam with my Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro and maybe a Ursa Mini 12K. I don't know, but that's dependent on my flow towards the rest of the year. I'm working on some production for some shows that I'm trying to get onto. I don't want to get into all that. So the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it does pack a punch, but I don't feel that it will necessarily replace any of my Sonys or any of my Blackmagics, or even for you filmmakers out there with Canons, Panasonics, and so on and so on. Do I think the iPhone can be used on pro shoots? Certainly can, but I just don't see it as an A-cam. If you have good lighting, this camera does provide great dynamic range, don't get me wrong. It might be bummed out in low light capabilities because of the 1-inch sensor. That's usually the case. Whenever you trying to shoot a high-res picture or a high-res video at nighttime, no lighting on the sensor, you're going to get image of noise, distortion, chromatic aberration. So just make sure that your scene is lit well, and you possibly could come up with something funky fresh, like very awesome and funky fresh. Karate arms, what you got? So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was short and detailed. I didn't get that much in depth, but I just wanted to let you know that the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a viable option for those who are just beginners, enthusiasts, and quick vloggers that don't need expensive cameras and microphones. It's an all-in-one, and you could get a real beautiful shot, a real beautiful image. So the iPhone 13, it gets a thumb up for that perspective of filmmaking and creativity, but it will not replace any of those cinematic cameras, any of those hybrids, those expensive hybrids from Sony. It will not replace a Blackmagic, but it is a tool. It is a tool that is pretty awesome. Thumbs up. Catch you on the next episode. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. I'm still trailblazing. God, I make this look good, don't I? Peace.